Guys have had to release the clutch, try and manage the engine revs and contain the wheel spin, and you're going to see a big variance, I think, in getaways coming up right now. As Charlie said, it's all about Bruno Senna and Lucas di Grassi, how they can fare relative to each other. Lucas has been renowned for great starts all through the year. Let's see what he can do today.
No Javier Villa, he's been excluded for causing the crash yesterday that took out Andy Zuber and Vitaly Petrov. No consolation to either driver really, because they start right at the back of the grid. Mike Conway starts 12th on the grid today, and as Charlie mentioned, Lucas di Grassi starts 8th, Romain Grosjean 5th, and Bruno Senna 4th in the battle to finish runner-up in 2008 to the champion Giorgio Pantano, who will start 10th on the grid. And we're just waiting for Andy Zuber at the back to slot into position. No Javier Villa and no Adrian Baez either, so 24 drivers. And Alberto Valerio, he picked up a penalty yesterday for speeding in the pit lane. He starts 13th. 5 lights on above the drivers, and away we go. One last time in 2008. Valsecchi getting a poor start. Rodriguez moving over to the right-hand side. D'Ambrosio moving into the lead, and Grosjean and Senna now nibbling at the leader's heels. It's Rodriguez who leads them away down towards the first chicane. Buemi got a bit of a slow start as well. D'Ambrosio goes straight on, and Valsecchi holding everyone up. There's Grosjean and Senna tangling a little bit through the first chicane, but well done to Rodan Rodriguez for getting the better start from 3rd on the grid and zooming past the dams of the Durango.
Well, there's Karun Chandhok. He made a great start there. He's just behind that lead group. Wheel to wheel there, Valsecchi and D'Ambrosio. So is D'Ambrosio going backwards? Grosjean taking him on the inside of the second chicane. And Bruno Senna again wheel to wheel with D'Ambrosio, who straight lines the corner.
Absolutely, as do Karun Chandhok and Andy Soucek as well, gaining a bit of an advantage if you ask me. There's Bruno Senna fighting now with Lucas di Grassi down in 5th and 6th place. Valsecchi holding up D'Ambrosio, then Grosjean comes through, and then Bruno Senna behind him through the second of the Lesmo corner and going straight on. That's Karun Chandhok in the back of your picture. Another Sunday morning, another sprint race, and another race that ends early for Karun Chandhok in the iSport, and that will do his team's chances of winning the team championship absolutely no good whatsoever.
Well, was looking very good for Karun Chandhok and the iSport team. In fact, good start from him, but he disappeared very quickly from the Lesmo corner there. And a bit of damage to some of these cars. There's been quite a lot of wheel-to-wheel action. I think Andy Soucek looks like he might have some damage to the front wing of his car. In fact, it might not even be attached to his car.
It's been a bit of banging wheels already as we ride on board with Giorgio Pantano and getting past Marco Asma, maybe they're back in 10th or 8th place at the moment. Just trying to work out on our screens as Pantano goes through, down in 16th place I think at the moment. It's Roland Rodriguez that leads nonetheless from Valsecchi, and here's Grosjean and D'Ambrosio wheel to wheel down the main straight. You can see the spray kicking up and hiding the view of Bruno Senna and Lucas di Grassi. Going through the chicane on the inside, that's D'Ambrosio trying to get past Valsecchi. He made rather a hash of that. Can the man behind him, Romain Grosjean, get past through the Curva Grande? No chance. D'Ambrosio closes the door. Now di Grassi on Senna through the inside of the Curva Grande. Wheel-to-wheel action here in the opening stages. There's Mike Conway right behind Lucas di Grassi. He's going for it too. Oh, and there's Bruno Senna spinning into the Della Roggia chicane. Has he kept it together? He has. Has to go on to the runoff, but that was almost absolute disaster for Bruno Senna, spinning like a ballerina here on a Sunday morning.
Well, he's managed to take a couple of places going backwards there. He'll have to slot back in behind Romain Grosjean as he does. That's exactly what you have to do if you derive an advantage to going straight on through one of the chicanes. So he lives to fight another day. This is a great race, wheel-to-wheel stuff. If you're attacking the guy in front, you've got to also keep an eye on the mirrors right behind you. Big loser at the moment, it's Lucas di Grassi who's dropped behind, well, D'Ambrosio and Mike Conway. So Conway's got past di Grassi there.
Karun Chandhok definitely out of the race as we watch what happened to Bruno Senna riding on board, and just a bit too late on the brakes, nowhere grippy enough for him. And he did well to keep it together. There's Romain Grosjean and Jerome D'Ambrosio in the foreground. Senna spinning, and he was lucky he didn't hit anyone as well.
Well, he's jigged to the left, to be honest, to miss the two cars in front, out-braking each other, but braking early as a result, going off the racing line. And again, you know, quite a stressful moment, but He lives to fight another day. He's 5th at the moment. They're tucked in, well, not tucked in quite behind Roman Grosjean, and he's got D'Ambrosio behind him, getting a toe down into the first corner, but Senna on the drier, slightly grippier line on the inside.
Yeah, Mike Conway charging through the field from 12th now up to 5th. Very much has Bruno Senna in his sights, going through that first chicane. Then there's Lucas Di Grassi and Jerome D'Ambrosio coming through past the Maldonado behind them. And who's that? Looks like Giorgio Pantano going through the slalom course on the runoff area at the first chicane. Ho Tung goes past him and back up into 10th place. We can watch from the start once again. And David Belsecchi very slowly away there. Roldan Rodriguez cutting right across the track to get past D'Ambrosio and Belsecchi.
As I said, these guys haven't done a start this weekend, and they certainly haven't had much of a chance to start in the wet, so big variance in some of the starts, and Di Grassi made a good one. D'Ambrosio having to straight line the whole chicane there, and well, very tight wheel-to-wheel stuff, and you can see there Kurun Chandok made up a lot of places through the first corner. There's
Alberto Valerio going wide onto the gravel. He's now, by the way, the fastest man on the track.
And that's where Andy Soucek's wing went there. He did lose his wing and caused a bit of damage there, and well, we're back live now, and that's Mike Conway going around the outside there at the Ascari chicane. Very fast corner, and getting wide on the exit, carrying too much speed mid-corner and losing out on the exit.
Almost made it stick. He still might have chance. Down towards the Parabolica they come, wheel to wheel. Conway and Senna. Conway just nips ahead of Bruno Senna and Lucas Di Grassi right behind the Brazilian. Three of them going round very closely together, and it's almost wheel to wheel again. Bruno Senna is going to lose 2 places in the space of 400 metres. Di Grassi manages to get past Bruno Senna now down the straight, and Senna's down to 6th, but has he got the toe behind the Campos car? Looks like he has, down into the chicane. Who can break the latest? Senna, he's going to go straight on, outbrakes himself. You can see that coming. He's going to gain a couple of places here, but he's going to have to concede them to Mike Conway and Lucas Di Grassi, just far too late on the brakes.
Very difficult to actually get these cars stopped. Every lap we see cars going straight through there, and behind them more going straight through. Again, same as before, Senna will let Di Grassi get past and retake that position and go.
Whoa, he makes it! Mistake, Di Grassi and Conway, and Senna spinning once again. And Bruno Senna was letting Lucas Di Grassi pass, but it was taking quite a while, and Di Grassi was getting tangled up with Conway.
Well, that's Conway and Di Grassi there coming together, taking cars out with them, and it looks like Di Grassi's lost the least in that little incident.
I wonder, when we see a replay, just whose fault that was, and I did think that maybe Bruno Senna was taking a while to let Lucas Di Grassi pass, but I tell you, he could be the big loser in this one, because Bruno Senna drops out of the points now, and as it stands, Lucas Di Grassi will leave ahead of him in the championship standings.
Well, you can see the damage to Di Grassi's nose here. We're on board with Bruno Senna, and to our right you can see Di Grassi braking even later still and harpooning Mike Conway out of the race, and Senna diving over the curb on the left side, but taking a long time to regain the circuit and losing a lot of places as a result. Here's Di Grassi outbraking Senna, but driving straight into the back of Mike Conway's car there, damaging his nose, and well, taking 2 cars out in the same go.
Mike Conway has stopped. That's Bruno Senna's sister, Bianca, watching on from the garage there and probably not liking what she's seeing. The friends and family of Roldan Rodriguez will love this side. He's still out in the lead from David Belsecchi and Roman Grosjean. Then comes Jerome D'Ambrosio, then Di Grassi getting past Pastor Maldonado down the straight. He's in 5th place at the moment, needs to hang on to that 5th place because he needs at least 2 points to go ahead of Bruno Senna in the championship standings. Maldonado at the moment in 6th, then Buemi and Pantano and Tung and Senna down into 10th now, and Zuba and Yaconelli and Kobayashi, Petrov, Yamamoto, Asma, Parente, Valerio, Felipe Nunez and Herc. Mike Conway has stopped. Andy Soucek needed a new front wing, and Kurun Chandok went off onto the gravel a long time ago, handing the team championship to the Campos team this season.
Well, it's been a fair few changes in the running order just now, and just looking back behind Maldonado, we've got Giorgio Pantano trying to catch up as well up into this lead group. He's